Papa Panda. Where you
I
at,
said
man?
the same thing. I actually, I said the same thing, Yaku. I was like, yo, there's one player that's missing. Yeah, what the hell? Papa Panda. What's
Seal
going
is in
on?
absolute shambles right now.
Shaking my head. Everyone exclamation mark for Nada Papa Panda for not showing up here for this tournament. Shaking my head. But hopefully he will come back on later. Oh no! Hopefully he shows up and he has an excuse. That's what I'm gonna say. He better have a good one. You know, his mother better be like in the hospital, and his father is like there must have been like an awful
His
accident.
mother was in the hospital and his dad was doing the surgery, so he wanted to be there for them for support.
Oh god! At least that. Okay, just saying.
That'd be a good way to go about it. But, of course, we do have a PvZ on our hands, and we are going to be starting again on Hotwire LE. A little weird to be back in the older maps. Well, I say the old maps, it's current maps. But, you know what I mean here. Coming down from the land of Taiwan, currently representing Clan Rush, and to my memory, also teamless? Could be mistaken there. He is ButAlways.
And spawning in the top right hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the purple Zerg player himself, hailing from the land of Hong Kong, representing the Juggernauts, going for a pool first. It is GogojOey.
Yeah, love to see it.
Oh, exactly, mate. He's doing what he does best, and that is cheese the hell out of his opponents. This is gonna get scouted. The probe scout does confirm the pool first, and I'm curious to see what the options are available here to GogojOey with this fast pool. He can make some lings, sure, and force a reaction, but is there another plan in store for this pool?
That's what we'll have to keep our eyes on. He is still getting his gas. That's usually the next major tell, how much mining he actually does from it. Whether he'll stop after he gets link speed, or if he's going to continue on. I feel like at this point, he might as well just get to the lair tech, right? Try to get to it early.
Yeah, we'll see. I think what's interesting is that he only made 4 lings, so this is a very light commitment into I realized what I said, but it's it's not the most committed pool first here, only designed to be a little bit annoying. Because the 4 lings were scattered, we don't even have a zealot here, so ButAlways being very greedy with his response. It's understandable though, because there are only 4 lings. There's not that much DPS. There's not enough to actually kill that pylon.
Yeah, if you're really good in the drone drilling, then this really shouldn't cause any issue. Not like it's going to cause that much of an issue regardless, but at least GogojOey is able to get that scout off before getting dealt with by the adepts.
Yeah, he confirms that a Stargate is on the way. He confirmed the position of the second pylon as well. He's being a little bit annoying here with these lings, but in the end, doesn't really do too much at all. I guess the real purpose of this was just to confirm, okay, it is going to be a Stargate. Didn't have to risk an Overlord to get that scout off.
Yeah, but he is going to go in for the follow-up regardless. Both with this 1 ling remaining and with an Overlord slowly float by.
Yeah, again, he wants to know what the first unit is, and he does confirm with that second ling. Oh, it is an Oracle first, not a Void Ray, so now he can start preparing at home. His spores can be in position in the mineral lines and not at the edge of the bases. So now he is fully aware. Of course, he wants to try and, be as greedy as possible and delay those spores as much as he can, but he should be working on at least one of them soon, Tia.
That's a signal, GogojOey. You need to... Yeah, ideally he would be throwing one of those down right about now. We got to get a little bit of a glimpse of how GogojOey has adapted to the new meta, as like you mentioned, he has been a lot more busy since the patch dropped. But I'm hoping that since then he was able to practice a little bit more. He has a little bit more of a response to how Protoss players play nowadays.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if ButAlways has even adapted to that style, So far, it does seem to be the case. He is going for another Oracle behind this, so this is looking like triple Oracle as an opener. Meanwhile, the links confirmed the location of the third base, confirmed that the adepts are at home, so GogojOey can't really do too much here, as link speed is on the way and the Oracles are zooming across the map.
And there are already Spore Crawlers out right now, but there's always an opportunity to sort of sneak around, especially with 2 Oracles. Interesting for ButAlways. You split them up instead of grouping them together.
Yeah. Usually, especially with 2 Oracles, you want to go in together because even if there is anti-air, you can get damage done anyway. As we can see, GogojOey just swats away those singular Oracles, doesn't lose too much of anything, and he is fully saturated on 3 bases. Ooh, I love this as well. He is going for +1 melee.
Oh, I especially love this light, as I guess it's not specifically a response to this, but it's gonna work out pretty well against it. Charge is coming out from ButAlways instead of Blink.
Okay, so ButAlways kind of turning things on their head a little bit here again. Not quite meta, not quite your hero triple Oracle into Blink Stalker. It is triple Oracle, but going into charge instead. More gateways are being thrown down here. Obviously, the tell is that there are no gases at the natural base as stasis wards are going off here. Oh, GogojOey, can he respond?
He responds to one of them, but not the other. Pretty massive chunk of the drones being caught here. And this is super important right now. He needs to get that gas. He needs to get that minerals to be able to muster up Lings and then Banelings beyond that for defense here.
Exactly.
But always does not want to give him that time.
Exactly. Meanwhile, ooh, nice snipe on one of the Oracles. A little bit sloppy there by ButAlways. Interesting that he's actually instantly remaking it. We do have a quote-unquote 4th Oracle on the way. That will definitely help out against the Mass Ling Bane here. But yeah, charge lot, and I imagine Archon is going to be the army of choice for ButAlways.
It would make... Yeah, it definitely would make a lot more sense as a way to mesh with chargelets here. I'm a little bit concerned as he just doesn't really have that much gas to be able to go into High Templar yet, but it's, for now, I guess he just wants to see what he can get away with his current composition before transitioning.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised as well. We do have like a little bit of a Zealot run by here. This shouldn't do much of anything for Zealots. They're going to be easily cleaned up here by GogojOey. What's important is that ButAlways just revealed his hand as well. It's like, oh, it's charge first. Okay, well, thankfully, I already have Baneling Speed on the way. Thankfully, I have a nest just in case for this exact scenario. And GogojOey, for the most part, he is done droning.
Yeah, he's been playing somewhat greedy, but for the most part, he has just been reactive to anything he sees from ButAlways, especially now. He's keeping himself flexible, initially making roaches, but it's not going to be difficult for him to switch into Banelings from here.
Yeah, the Banelings are here. Already half the Zealots get cleaned up. I mean, they're dealing a little bit of economic damage, and there was a stasis trap that went off in the main base. Ooh, but for the cost of the Oracle.
That is 2 out of 3 of the Oracles taken out. But ButAlways is remaking them.
Yeah. He's actually throwing down a second Stargate as well, so I'm very curious if he just wants to keep making Oracles. I think ButAlways is one of those players that has done that before, actually.
He has. Well, he has multiple times. Yeah. One of the descendants of Haas or disciples of Haas in that way. But of course, he puts his own spin to it.
He really does. Meanwhile, another wave of Zealots gets cleaned up. What's important is that ButAlways is setting up these these warp-in points here on the left and the right-hand side of the map to warp in those Zealots for the mass run-bys.
He is so committed to not building a robo. Well, you can't lose the warp prism if you don't make it, so I get it. It just makes sense for ButAlways.
He's so committed to not throwing down any tech either. Like, he's not, instead of throwing down the Templar Archives, he's going for double Oracle production. To be fair, there's not a lot of anti-air, I guess.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He also hasn't thrown out a fleet beacon, so... Yeah, he just wants to stick to this phase of tech, and it can definitely be effective, but I'm looking at these Oracle Slate, and they are rapidly running out of energy. I'm looking at these charge lots, and they are crashing straight into Banelings. I'm looking at these probes, and they are dying.
They're dying, mate. They're dead, mate. The Ling run is insane. The slow warping of Zealots, question mark? I mean, the warping is going to finish at the same time. We see another Ling run here at the 3rd base. 7 probes have gone down, even more so here, as there is no sack defense available at this 3rd base. And ButAlways, he's just not stopping with the Oracles. He's not stopping at all.
Well, here's the thing. Oracles have the potential. Fear Dragon confirmed this. They have the potential to have the highest DPS in the game if you get enough of them. So there is logic to this.
Is there logic to this? Is there logic to this, Yaku?
According to my copium, there is logic.
I mean, okay, there we go. We have a Templar Archives on the way. So he does want to go charge the Archon Oracle at some point. His worker count has, for the most part, stabilized. You know, he could do with another base at some point. That would be nice. This Spire is relatively late. So again, very little anti-air. There's, as you were saying, a lot of potential with these Oracles. But oh my god, the Zealots are going to get surrounded.
Yeah, it's kind of what happens when you don't invest in the tech. Oracles don't really have a lot of energy left on them. There's enough to, I think, take out this army eventually, but how much damage will they get first? Not a whole lot, as GogojOey just turns around.
Yeah,
Okay,
meanwhile, looks like there was a little bit of a Bane run by at the same time as Zealot run by. So GogojOey is responding to these Zealots. He doesn't want to lose too much to them. Again, a lot of respect put in place. I mean, these are decently well upgraded Zealots at that. But it's okay because of that Baneling run by GogojOey. He defends, he attacks, only loses the Queen, and he's going for an Ultra Cavern.
That's, yeah, should be pretty good against, well, it's gonna be pretty good against High Templar and Charge Lots. Just conveniently ignoring the Archons and the Oracles.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that many Archons, and the Oracles, they tickle, right?
Yeah, well, if you get enough of them. If you get enough of them, they can one-shot the Ultra.
Are we gonna see that? Are we gonna see these Oracles one-shot an Ultra?
Not if they're out of energy.
I don't want to be a part of this cast if I'm gonna see that, Yaku. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Just... oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll call up Fear Dragon.
We'll call him up, mate. We'll get him on Cacao. We'll make him join the Discord. He can cast this nonsense, mate. Oh god. Meanwhile, another bit of a Bane run by here. Ooh, is being blocked by these cells. Nice reaction there by ButAlways.
Yeah, able to pull away most of the probes in time as well. Unfortunately for GogojOey, most of those Banelings were on move command rather than A moved.
Exactly, here we go. The Ultras are coming out. Spire is done, so we could see Corruptors. Corruptors would be ideal against these Oracles. You may not even need them, though, because with the Masked Queen, the Oracles are still having a hard time dealing any economic damage at all. The
same, however, cannot be said about these Lings and Banelings. 5 more probes just going down casually from the side of ButAlways, but here's what I'm noticing, Light. Despite all of this probe damage ButAlways has been sustaining, he's actually even on workers with GogojOey.
You know, the workers they're close copium, you know, it's
yeah. He's still behind many bases, but
he is a bit of a ling run by here. Oh, does get caught by the stage trap. What I will say is that it looks like ButAlways is refining his army a little bit more. We know we have Void Rays on the way, and Void Rays are definitely good units. They shoot up and down.
Yeah,
better Oracles at times.
I mean,
but we'll see.
I know about that.
Realize it was such a controversial statement.
I will fight you right now.
Oh my god, but this is a questionable move here by ButAlways. He pushes up towards the top left-hand side of the map. He does get a couple of worker kills, but he's going to lose everything else. GG gets called. And GogojOey takes a very interesting game 1.
Yeah, GogojOey kind of doing what GogojOey does. Well, I was going to say what GogojOey does best, but not really. Normally when I think of GogojOey, I think of a very active player who wants to set the pace of the game, but in this game he was just kind of reacting to the nonsense that ButAlways was thrown his way.
Yeah, my brain can't handle this, Yaku. I just
see, Kuro agrees with me. It feels dumb, but Mass Oracle, it works.
When it works, you know?
Yeah! It didn't work this time, but it works sometimes.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm just I'm
dumbfounded.
I am. I honestly am. I'm a little bit dumbfounded at what we are seeing here, but
Welcome to Taiwan.
welcome to ButAlways. No, I mean he's the one who does this from time to time, and hey, it works. There's a reason why he does it. We've seen him make it work on the DreamHack World stage, but man, you're not gonna do GogojOey dirty like that, you know?
Not again.
Not again. Not again.
GogojOey is definitely the type of player who You do something weird against him once, within that series, he'll figure out a way to solve it.
Mm. Yeah, he will, and I don't think we're gonna see that again from ButAlways. I'll be honest. I would be shocked if we saw him go Mass Oracle again. Maybe against another player, but not in this series.
Maybe not. Guess what I'm thinking, Light?
Mm-hmm.
I think his problem was he didn't have enough oracles. He didn't commit hard enough to Mass Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of made a lot of oracles, but then he focused a lot on zealots and archons. No. Mass Oracle means Mass Oracle.
It does. Unfortunately. I think he took that a little bit too literally. Oh god. Meanwhile, no, Ranger, don't do it. I can see Ranger in the chat. He's like, oh, I'm taking notes.
You should.
This is not what you want to be doing, Ranger. This is not what you want to be doing.
This is exactly what you want to be doing, Ranger.
He's like, he's on the Kobe. Of course it's not going to work. There are no Hydras. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What do you mean? What are you saying? Oh, God.
And you know what? Oracles, they have bonus against light units. They'll shred through Hydras if you have enough of them.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think they took it. I actually think they took it out. The bonus damage against light units.
It's possible.
I don't remember. I don't play Protoss. I don't.
Look, we may find out this series. Okay, we may find out. It's don't give up on the dream yet, mate. As we are getting ready here. Here we go. The beeps are among us, and we are diving into game 2.
Good. Nice. A little bit of banter coming in the chat here.
They always do this. I love it. Even for the official DreamHack broadcast, the bands in the chat between a lot of these players in Taiwan, Hong Kong are real.
They are. Here's the thing: the dynamic is always like they always take turns with it. I've seen, yeah. But speaking of taking turns, we are now going to be taking turns on Berlingrad LE, where of course at the top, it's fitting because Berlingrad is near Krefeld, which is what they're going to go to eventually. In the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner, we of course have our pink Protoss player coming out from the land of Taiwan. He's going to be representing Clan Rush, but currently teamless. He is, but always.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the Blue Zerg player himself representing the Juggernauts. It is GogojOey. Taking lead in this series, looking at Mass Oracle in the face and slapping it down without even really committing to any kind of anti-air. Like, he had Queens defensively, and that's it. I'm shocked. When I saw the Spire, I thought he was going to switch into, like, Mass Corruptor or something, but he just didn't care.
Well, that's exactly what ButAlways was hoping for, I imagine, with that kind of build, right?
Yeah.
You get them to go Mass Corruptor, and then you hard switch immediately into Archons of Void Race and Corruptors. They can't shoot down, so it would have worked if GogojOey, played played with his brain, but GogojOey said, "No, I don't need this. I'm in the Juggernauts now."
He reverted to his ape form, and
he did. He looked at the Mass Oracles and he said, "Reveal this." And slapped him down.
What the hell? Oh my god! I think the chat thing about what GogojOey did is that is that lack of response, and I think that probably caught ButAlways off guard. I'm pretty sure he's like, usually when I do this, my opponent goes Hydras or Corruptors. What's going on? And because there was no commitment into that, because the gas was being so well utilized when it came to Roaches, Ravagers, Baneling Runbys especially, ButAlways was, I think, maybe caught off guard about that. I think he usually abuses the reaction of his opponent when he plays like that.
I think GogojOey just didn't react.
I'm saying that GogojOey is wise to ButAlways' tricks, and I think he is familiar with him. I think if ButAlways did this against a Zerg player from another region, it would work better. But I mean, there's history between these two,
Yeah. It makes sense that GogojOey would be one step ahead in a way.
I mean, he's a scientist.
Yeah, he is.
The mad scientist himself. Let's go. Oh my god. Speaking of mad, ButAlways goes for a robo first, mate. Are you feeling drops, mate? Are we feeling a robotics bay?
I'm feeling balls being dropped here from ButAlways. Warp Prism first is coming down, and I don't see a lot of gateways here, Light.
I don't. There. Where's
Where's
the bay? We have one. Yaku, where's the bay, Yaku? Where is it? It should be here. There's one gateway. What's this prism gonna do?
Immortal drop. Okay. Not quite as explosive as Disruptor drops.
God.
Not quite the same as Colossus drop, but it's still something very effective. You can use it to snipe tech.
This
Best case scenario.
This is so quirky from ButAlways. Okay, so a couple of things. This prism is revealing itself. It's being active. It's going to be spotted by this overlord, and seeing a prism should indicate this early, especially should indicate a drop. Should indicate like a Colossus or Disruptor drop. This going into Immortals is very unorthodox, and I like this. He should be keeping his Immortals in the main base. He needs to keep them hidden and make this a mass surprise here, because we see the gateway explosion. He's going all in on 2 bases.
Yeah, already GogojOey is kind of preparing a little bit. He's got Spore Crawlers in case it's DTs.
Yeah.
He is making Roaches, though, which I think is the correct response to what he scouted, but we know that that's not what he wants right now.
Yeah, even though GogojOey has very incomplete information, he does see that there is no third base. He saw that it was a robo first, so he knows that he cannot drone. All he has to do is make Lings and Roaches, and then be able to respond in time once everything has been revealed. Again, so far, he hasn't seen what's actually inside of this prism. He doesn't know. He probably still thinks it is probably Disruptors or something. So he's a little bit in the dark. But again, as long as he doesn't drone up too much, he should be okay. Oof.
Immortal has revealed itself now. And GogojOey does have a decent amount of queens here. He can definitely chase away this Void Ray. Roaches are coming out, and what I'm think will really round this out for GogojOey is a couple of Ravagers. If ButAlways is warping in units, he has that Warp Prism stationary. Biles would just shut this down completely.
100%, mate. 100%. Biles are exactly what we need. And there we go. Ravagers are being morphed in. Meanwhile, yo, that harassment from GogojOey was so important, or dealing with the harassment, because we saw that Immortal did nothing. He even tried to deny some creep tumors, but GogojOey was just on top of things. Meanwhile, we do see the army moving out, just barely out of range of this Ling. I don't know if GogojOey really saw it. Kind of Soul Train-esque, you know, sentries and Immortals.
Yeah, a lot of sentries, yeah. And this is starting to be a very terrifying Protest army here for the Zerg player to deal with. There's plenty of NG under sentries and not that many Ravagers, I'm going to say. Not a whole lot of Bile potential for force fields.
Exactly, but we do have a little Lings. One Immortal gets caught out, already going to be going down, but the main army is pushing on strong here. A lot of the Roaches are falling. Immortal does go down, but with 2 Immortals, this still may be enough.
Yeah, there's still definitely a lot of potential. These sentries are using a lot of their force field energy.
True.
And GogojOey's being so conservative with his Biles because he knows he needs to make them count. And he is making them count. The Biles don't quite land on the Warp Prism, but they do force a cancel on the Warp-In. Is GogojOey gonna do this?
Oh, it's so close. The Warp-In does finish in the end. 4 Stalkers do morph in, but it may just not be enough. The boys are being pulled. Lings are flooding on in. The Immortal is gonna go down. GogojOey holds. GG gets called. And GogojOey takes the series 2-0.
What a series that we just had here. ButAlways throwing out all of his tricks, doing everything he could to try to outsmart GogojOey, and GogojOey saying, I'm a scientist. I'm wise to your ways, pal.
Oh my god, that was really well done there. GG, well played. Congratulations to GogojOey. Despite the fact that there was just so much going on there, it was such a quirky build and very old-fashioned, very out of the norm, very off meta from ButAlways. GogojOey was just preparing anyway for whatever was coming his way. Sure, it may have been a little bit of surprise, but he had Roaches, Ravagers, Lings. He didn't drone up too much. He wasn't too greedy. And as you said, he was being very conservative with those biles, but I feel like he needed to, right? Like he had to be very careful with how because he only had 3 Ravagers, you know?
You gotta make them count, you know? Can't rapid fire them like you normally want to in a scenario like that.
Very, very close holds there, but GG, well played in the end by GogojOey. He does knock ButAlways, one of that triple triad, one of those Protoss triads of Taiwan. He does knock him down to the lower bracket. And now he moves on to face another one.
Yeah, another boss of the triads here. In my mind, GogojOey is a detective in like one of those Hong Kong
He's a police detective? Yeah.
He's going after the mafia.
Oh my god. Well, like, how would it work? Would because he's a scientist, would he would it be like Beastork and yeah. He's the forensic scientist guy. Yeah. He's like it's kind of like a buddy cop sort of thing where he's a forensic scientist and Beastork is the cop and they're working together there.
That's what it is. I think that actually is a Hong Kong drama from like the 2000s.
There you go.
Getting vague memories about.
Based on a true story. Based on GogojOey and ButAlways. Oh my god. That's beautiful, mate. That's beautiful. And yeah, we'll see how he does here. Nice, a very different kind of player. Oh, I should show this on screen actually. Exclamation mark be in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. We have a lot of updates and a lot of players have been getting knocked down.